What's up, everybody? It's Josh Matt the Chef, and I'm here at the Barbershop in Groton, Connecticut. Today we're gonna do a drop fade, and we're gonna keep the curls on the top. We're gonna make them look fancy. You ready?
Yeah.
Alright, so right now I'm gonna go ahead and put in my zero guideline to start my fade, which is gonna drop. So I'm gonna start right over here and drop it down underneath the occipital bone, okay? Right now I'm gonna go ahead and put in my zero guideline. And you start at the temple, and then you make your way down underneath the occipital bone. And you connect that all the way to the other side here. You start right at the temple. And remember, this is a drop fade. Next step is to go up a step. So I'm gonna go up from a 0 to a 1A. And I'm gonna keep it right in between here, right? So I'm gonna go 1A and drop it with my zero line. Now you basically see how the fade is going to turn out, right? Alright, so we have our 0, we have our 1A. I'm going to skip a whole step, right? And I'm going to do a 2 about halfway up from here. So right in here will be my 2 against the grain, right? And we're going to keep this area dark because we're going to hit that with the liner and make that nice sharp curve right here, okay? So we're going to go ahead and hit it with a number 2 against the grain, add an angle. We don't want to take much off. Basically follow the same direction that we've been following the whole thing. Alright, so next up we'll be going down to a 1.5. We're going to start erasing our lines, right? So we have our 0 line, we have a 1A, and then we have a 2, and we're going to take this out with the 1.5, right? And we're going to take out as much as we can with the 1.5 and start working our way back down to a 1A and so on and so forth, okay? So we're going to go ahead and start down with the 1.5. Start taking some of this weight out. And we don't want to bring this 1.5 too high because then it starts going into our number 2. And the same thing with the back. Slightly over our 2 line or underneath our 2 line with the 1.5. And if it doesn't take the line completely out, we'll work back down to a 1A, which is slightly shorter than the 1.5. Pretty much got as much as I can out with the 1.5. There's still some slight lines in here. I'm gonna go ahead and go back down to a 1A. And then I'll start point cutting to get some weight out. Alright. We also have here, we're gonna clip over comb that as well. Right now I'm point cutting with my 1A. Just to take some extra weight out where I feel like there is. I don't want to go too high into the 1.5 and then the 2, right? Because we're going to create more line. So we're gonna keep it as low as we can and just take out some dark spots. So your clipper over comb is just a different technique, right? So our men's haircuts, we want to keep it more square other than round, just so it keeps it more of a masculine shape. So in order to do that, we bring our comb to a 45-degree angle and we pull out, and then we cut against the comb at a 45-degree angle, right? So now I have the shape perfectly the way I want it to. I'm just gonna go ahead and sculpt the top of his hair. And then we're gonna take out the zero line, the last part of the haircut. We'll take the zero line out and we'll start lining them up. But we wanna keep this shape here. We don't wanna go too high and it ends up being a high skin fade. And we're trying to keep that low profile of the low skin fade, okay? Same thing, we can pull out at a 45-degree angle. Just take a little bit of weight out. I'm using my 1.5 blades still. So it's not, I'm not gonna take that much out, but as you can see, it takes a little bit of weight out that I wanted just to create the profile, the drop fade. Not too high. We want to keep this, dark here, so you can curve this. And we're gonna, go ahead and shape it out a little bit. So pull it out of 45 and just take some weight out. Right now I'm gonna sculpt his hair a little bit on the top. I'm gonna take some of the weight out. Not too much. Keep it at that same 45-degree angle. And just skim it a little bit, right? Go ahead and start blending out this bottom line. And use my wall senior here just to take some of the weight out. So right now we're gonna go ahead and shape the haircut and sculpt some of the sides, and we're gonna start shaping it into a ramp, right? So it's gonna be a little shorter in the back, and then move forward to the front, okay? But slightly, not too dramatic. So we're gonna go ahead and line them up in his corners. Just hit them a little bit right in here. Get a nice C, right? And don't worry about that. We'll take that out with the razor. So right now I'm gonna start razoring his hairline. Where I'm gonna pull the skin down taut, and right now I'm backhanding, and I'm just hitting my corner right here. Not too much pressure when I'm putting the weight down on the razor, right? Same thing here. His corner's a little small, so I'm just use the top of my blade, right, just to get that, and then come up right in here against the grain on the top. All right, once again, this is Josh Mack, the chef, here with Easy Blade. This is our drop fade with the curls. We lined them up, made them look all nice and crispy. What do you guys think? You like it? We'll be back for more. Until next time.